Hi.
Hi, Johan.
Hi, nice to see you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Today, I thought that we should do a little interview about a few of the things that I know that you have a great passion for. All right?
Okay.
Let's start it off. CROWD1 and ICT has been in hyper-growth mode the last year. What challenges has come with this?
When an organization like CROWD1 has hypergrowth, there comes in millions and millions of new people all the time. That means like that the service organization ICT has really had struggling with building it, keeping the speed up and building their organization. So it's given us a lot of interesting challenges with getting all people in, train them, get them on board, so we can at the same time serve and support all you networkers, all our leaders around the world. But I think we have done it in a pretty good and positive way.
I have heard that you often speak about perspective. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, what I often talk about is the need of putting yourself in a different perspective than you normally do. It's so easy to just focus on where you are and what's in it for me. But sometimes you just need to back out to see the full picture of the situation and to understand what is good for the crowd. Because we are a crowd of almost 40 million people today.
Yep.
That means that one thing that is good for everyone, maybe not 100% the thing you really want us to do at the moment, but that means that we need to try to work with these different perspectives to get it
Interesting.
right.
Could you clarify a bit more what you mean are the main differences between long-term and short-term solutions?
Yes, absolutely. We very often tend to, as I said earlier, with looking on the perspective from ourselves, to look upon things that are short-term, because they are getting our attention all the time. They are really ticking us on the shoulder, saying, I want to be done, I want to be done. And if we just focus on that part, we forget about the long-term things that is important for the movement and where we should be in a year, in 5 years' time, or in 10 years' time. So it's very often you need to think about urgency and importance of a thing.
Interesting. So what do you actually mean by looking at things through the criteria such as urgency and importance?
What I mean with urgency is everything that is short term, well, not everything, but most things that are short term, they're ticking on us. They're on top of our minds. They are here all the time, and they want to be solved.
Yeah.
The long-term things, they could be very important, but they are not ticking at the same way. So they are not urgent in the same way as the short-term things. If you think about, I think you and I and all the people out there has created their own to-do lists.
Yeah.
And when you write the to-do list down, you think this is the most important things you have, the most urgent things to do.
Yep.
2 days later, when you are still working on this to-do list, there is several of those things that you just skip because you realize they were not important and they're not urgent anymore. So I think it's very important that we think about the urgency and the importance. And a lot of my work is to help people to find the right perspective, to be able to focus on the important things that will lead us long-term in the right direction.
I love that.
Yeah.
And what is your feeling for the future and the road ahead?
I think we have built a solid foundation to get going from. We have managed to get a lot of great people in. We have just opened up the Dubai office, an office that is for you, our crowd, our networkers, to come and meet us, meet each other, to train there, to see us, and to get the real feeling for the company. And I think that is very important. And with that said, we have also started to build up in Dubai the very important part with support that we already had in Spain to get it. But I think you will hear more about that later on today in the show here. As a final message to all of you, our networkers around the world, we have built a solid ground for mutual long-term success. We are looking forward and are ready to take the next step of our journey to become 100 millions and beyond. And this is what I mean is the power of the crowd.
I love the sound of that. Thank you so much, Johan.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Since the last mega event, of course, plenty of things have happened. I'm super happy to say that we have a much more robust issue reporting structure in place. And of course, the new office in Dubai. Today, I would like to take the opportunity to highlight a few things and a few teams that are incredibly important for the power of the crowd. First of all, compliance. They are growing, they're doing a fantastic job of safeguarding our integrity. Why? In a company like CROWD1, who is growing as much as it is, there are always challenges. If you're looking behind me, you will see quite a number of things that they are dealing with on a daily basis. Hacked accounts, network scams, misrepresenting of the company, cross-recruiting, income claims, KYC fraud, etc. The list is long, but the team is really experienced and they have some really efficient software. They have softwares to make sure that we all stay safe. So how do they handle these issues? First of all, legal. Setting the guidelines for enforcement, terms and conditions, privacy policies, etc. Reputation management tools to make sure that they can clean up the web and putting the blacklisted websites on the CROWD1 websites. So if you go to the top of crowd1.com, you can find a tab called Blacklisted. Also, of course, working with Fieldwatch to scan the social media 24/7 to make it possible to find those ones who are violating our terms. Freshdesk, the ticket system to communicate with all our affiliates. And as I mentioned in the beginning, the compliance team is working hard to safeguard our integrity. Why? Because we are united, we are committed to each other, we believe in CROWD1. We all strive towards long-term sustainable future together. And of course, we share one goal, commission and salaries to be paid infinite time. We are all compliant and we're all compliant. That is why our compliance team is so vital to our health. It's vital to the company, it's vital to all the members to bring the extra power to the crowd. For the second part of what I want to talk about today, I want to welcome some to stage to help me. So I want to welcome the head of customer support, Mark Meroux.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you in Stockholm. Welcome to the mega event. Hopefully I pronounce your name in the right way as well.
Yeah, almost.
Perfect. So what can you tell us about the first couple of months so far?
So I would say that the first couple of months were very exciting and very intense. Exciting because for me it's the first time that I've worked in the network marketing industry. I worked in different industry before, but always in customer service and sales. So now it's the first time for me. It's very exciting. Exciting was also because I have met amazing people in CROWD1 from the management team, but also our leaders that I had the chance to meet in Dubai during the last event. And since those few months, it was very intense. Yeah. So, yeah.
Excellent. And I know that we are doing a good job both in Spain and, of course, in Dubai as well. What can you tell about some of the improvements that we are currently working on or have been done?
Sure. So first of all, we operating now from Spain, but also from Dubai. So far, we have been focusing on building the team. We are now even better staffed with more international and qualified people. that can handle now tickets in 14 languages. Our support manager have also more access, more power to solve by themselves or small issues. So that can also, speed the response time in terms of the ticket. We also have made some changes in terms of ticket management because they used to work directly on the back office. I mean, everything was handled from the back office. So now they have to keep submitting the ticket from the back office, but then all the follow-up is done now by email. So they have to check the email address and especially check if the email address which is registered in their CROWD1 account is a correct one. Yeah.
Excellent. So that's a good thing, I think, for everyone to make sure that your registered email and make sure that your downline's emails also are correct. So you can keep the contact with the support department in a very good way. We have been talking a little bit about the things we have done. We have seen some improvements in terms of the satisfaction, which is fantastic. What can the members expect from the future?
Well, I would say that we have some very interesting things in front of us. So I will talk about a few of them. So now we are, at the moment, building a stronger link between our support team and our IT department. Why? Because it's very important for us to have this connection to make things work easily, I would say, and for faster issue resolution. Yeah. The second thing I can talk about is the online FAQ, because it's very important that our affiliates go and find themselves the response of their question, so they can also share those information with their team. So now we are working to improve the content of this FAQ, especially in terms of compensation plan, but everything that can help them understand more the system and more the processes, CROWD1 processes. Yeah.
So basically giving the power to the crowd, right?
Exactly. So we know that, yeah, the power of the crowd is made on that. I mean, it's based on that. Like, if things are running smoothly, then yes, people can find themselves the response of their question, so they won't need us anymore. I mean,
fantastic. I mean, when we're talking about the questions that we're getting, is there something very common that you would like to highlight?
I would say there are a lot of different questions that we receive at the support side. But what I can say is that we are constantly working on improving the systems in order to prevent those issues from coming up. So thanks to our closer link to different departments, can be IT, compliance, etc., I'm very confident that it will be a great experience for our affiliate. Yeah.
Excellent. Of course, fantastic to hear that we're moving in the right direction. And from the visits to both Spain and Dubai and in discussions with all the reps, I'm super confident in what